What's going on, everybody? Avik here from Gaming Ahead, and I'm here with Chris, who happens to work for Razer. And Razer's basically trying to do cutting-edge technology for their controllers, especially the Xbox 360 controller exclusively, right? It's only for the Xbox 360?
Absolutely. Yeah, well, you can use it with the PC if you want to. So,
absolutely.
But it's built for Xbox 360.
Now, let me run you guys through some of the cool perks that this controller has, guys. It has these little knobs, if you actually want to zoom in on here, underneath the little thumb pads. And what these do is they, let's say, loosen the tension sensitivity. So if there's a specific game, let's say a first-person shooter, where you want your right stick to be as stiff as possible, you just turn it to the right, and the thumbstick becomes a little more stiff. If you want it to loosen up, you go ahead and flip it the other way around, and it becomes very loose. The second feature happens to be these, what are these called? Multi-function buttons. And they're located where generally the triggers are, except if you turn the controller around, what you're going to notice is that you can map these buttons. Mapping these buttons as in, let's say I want, this button right here to be maybe, A, and I want this to be X. And that's as simple as that, guys. It kind of feels like all the buttons are like mouse-like, just snappy, and you feel the click. Yeah. Rather than just a simple, push of a button.
Actually, we also have the non-slip rubber finish
on
the price, so that's basically similar to our mice as well. And actually, something that you don't see in this prototype at the moment, because it's still a prototype, is the D-pad, an improved D-pad. Because a lot of gamers complained about the D-pad still being a bit too wobbly, not very precise, not accurate. So what we're actually doing at the moment, you can't see it here, is basically doing a different D-pad, more in the style of the PlayStation, like a 4 discrete button kind of D-pad in that sense, which gives you just a much more accurate control over the directional pad. Yeah.
So and those are going to be as snappy as the rest of these buttons
absolutely,
as well?
Yeah. It's a hyper-response technology, as we call it. It's basically just a shorter travel time, so you can actuate the controls a lot faster, and they give you a better tactile and audible feedback when you actually actuate the buttons. When you were talking about the remapping, something that actually is a lot more useful than mapping it to A and X, what we found is to map it to these trigger buttons. So, So when you map it to RTB here, to the right trigger button, or LTB to the left trigger button, what you can do is, for example, in games like Halo, you can just zoom with this thing in the back instead of pressing the button, which a lot of times is which a lot of times is not really very comfortable to use. Or if you played Borderlands, you have to run with by pressing down this button, but at the same time move it around. So that's really not very great to use. So that's where the multifunction buttons really come in handy.
All right, Chris also brought me here in the corner to showcase this headset, this wireless headset, which looks really slick and elegant. And what can you tell us about this?
Okay, basically we got the Razer Chimaera here. It's a 5.1 virtual surround sound headset, and as you said, it's wireless, so that's pretty much the main reason why we're just using virtual surround sound as opposed to discrete surround sound. Because if you use actually discrete surround sound, the drivers will just drain a lot of power out of it, and then actually, you can use it for 20 minutes and then put it away. So a virtual surround sound was just a bad alternative here. When we say wireless, that's not 100% true. It's semi-wireless because, as you know, with the Xbox, the audio is split up into two, right? So it's the in-game audio and the voice communication. For the in-game audio, it's absolutely wireless. But if you do want to talk to your friends, to your teammates out there, you actually have to plug in a cable from the headset to the controller, which is basically a requirement from Microsoft or from the Xbox. It just doesn't work in any other way.
How does the setup configuration work? How easy is it to set this up with your 360?
Yeah, you just plug in your optical out into the base station and power up the base station. You're basically good to go. What you can do over and above is basically do an audio pass through from the base station to the TV. So you hook up your TV with the base station, and then as soon as you switch on the headset, it will actually turn off the TV audio. And as soon as you switch off the headset again, it will actually turn back on the TV audio. So there's no hassle with plugging it in, plugging it out, or whatnot. over and above, you can actually hook up to 4 headsets to the base station. So if you're playing on LAN with your friends or anything, you can just use a daisy chain communication. You don't need to use the Xbox Live voice communication, which is not always ideal. It's like slow and quality-wise, it's not as good most of the time.
So 4 of these headsets could actually work with this receiver.
With one base station, absolutely.
That's really nice. And for gamers who like to stay up late, be competitive, cursing's not allowed. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, for the gamers who are out there who want to stay competitive and stay up till 3 a.m., you know, beating people up online, this is convenient because, like you said, it turns off to TV audio, so now you're just hearing everything in your ears, and you can still probably this guy gets loud, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Actually, there are controls on the back of the headset. I mean, what you just said, cursing is not allowed, but if you do have someone cursing you, you can just dial down the voice communication while you keep the in-game audio on, or vice versa. You're talking to a friend and you can't really understand them. The grenades are exploding too loud, so you just dial down the in-game audio a bit, and you hear your friends better. So this is all done on the headset itself, so you don't even have to get up from your couch and go to the base station, change anything. You just lay back and change it however you want to.
Nice. And what does this operate off of? Batteries or?
Basically, okay. Well, it's entirely charge and play. So you put it on the base station when you're done, and the batteries will last through a gaming night easily. And then when you're done, you just put it on the base station.
So rechargeable.
Absolutely.
When could people expect this to come out in the stores?
We're looking at Q3 2010. It's a bit difficult to plan that because like we're working with Microsoft, so everything has to go through a certain approval process. Yeah. Absolutely. So in addition to our own quality controls, we have to go through Microsoft. So it takes a bit of time, but Q3 is a very solid date, actually.
Thanks a lot, Chris, for your time.
You're welcome.
All right, buddy. Good luck.